Hello to all you geeks and degenerates out there. And today, well, for this week actually, we're going to be doing somewhat of a Mafia week. And starting this off, we're actually doing a pretty recent one by Scorsese, which is The Irishman. And yeah, one question for you, Enzo. How did you find out about this?
Um, well, early on 2019, they released a teaser of The Irishman. I was like, I'll check it out. And then it's nothing but like the names of who's gonna be in it. It's like Al Pacino, De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Harvey Keitel. I'm like, I'm in. Fuck it. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
especially after watching, things like Goodfellas and Casino, I'm like, I'm super. And De Niro, Pesci, and Pacino in his first Scorsese movie, which is kind of hard to believe. It's like, all right,
Wait, what?
yeah, this is his first one.
Al Pacino's?
Yeah,
What? I
yeah.
thought it was another shit.
No, this is his first one.
Okay. Did you fuck my wife? Enzo, did you fuck my wife? Sorry.
Not a. Oh, did you think that was
Uh,
Scorsese?
no.
Okay.
No, that's not Scorsese.
Okay.
But I thought it was in other stuff. Because I haven't watched all of Scorsese's stuff.
Hmm.
Wait. For me, as where I get all of my movie recommendations is from that guy. I don't know if I'm pointing in the right
Other way,
direction. Which way
buddy.
are you? This way.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That guy always recommends me all the good shit, and except for DC CW bullshit. Um,
That's for another day.
I'm sorry. That's for another day.
And if
But yeah,
you're Jomer's cousin, I'm so sorry for that.
oh, she knows. She knows my hatred of it. I'll be done.
Alright.
um, but yeah, like I got introduced to this by you, and I was like, okay, I watched Godfather. Uh, I think I could do another mafia movie. Like, let's go, let's try it out. And I watched this with my mom, surprisingly. No, my mom loves mafia movies. My mom loves like
Oh, damn.
crime. Yeah, yeah.
All the way?
And
She watched all the way.
hmm? Yeah.
Oh,
And
damn.
she was like, "This is a long movie." Yeah, it's 3 hours. What? But my mom likes mafia movies, just not really long ones.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, and that's how I got introduced to it, is from you, of all people. Actually, yeah, everything you send me, I get updated on. But yeah, and starting this off, we just get a very slow opening into this movie actually, and I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on the pacing of this movie?
Uh, I like the introduction to, the slow introduction of, Lolo, Lolo Frank. But,
Lolo Frank,
yeah,
Lolo De Niro.
yeah, exactly. But, yeah, it's funny. The first time I saw this, Joker had just come out, right? And, like,
Hmm.
it's kind of like the same hospital almost. But anyway, I do like, those them slow openings where you
No,
takes
that okay. Wait, no, that ain't the same hospital. That shit was Arkham. What are you
No,
talking
I
about?
don't.
This is
No,
an elder.
I know. I'm just kidding. It's like it'd be funny if it was the same one. Like they're like,
I
who's
mean,
the
I could see it though. I could see Frank as a good Batman villain, or just a gangster.
yeah, working for
Yeah.
the Gotham mob. Anyway, yeah, I do like the introduction of De Niro, and you started right away that, um, you know, I was a former. I was in the mob and I painted houses. What does that mean? Basically means I killed people, and painting houses means paint refers to the blood
Blood
on the
splat.
wall. Yeah,
Yeah. No, what's cool about this is De Niro's character pretty much has experience with killing people in
yeah,
horrible ways, like Fury-esque horrible ways. And I like that he after that experience in Italy, he just like I don't want to do any sin after this, and then proceeds to do a life of sin. I'm like, not a man of his word, I guess.
yeah. You must be a really cold person to be like, this guy I knew for 5 years, I need to take out. Because
Yeah.
he did something bad and now we can't do anything for him. So bye bye.
Which one was this guy?
I'm just talking in general. Like You just have to
Oh,
walk up to a person you've known for years and then shoot them in the face. You're like, Jesus
dude,
Christ.
it's just like you see, arthritis filled De Niro just like walk up to somebody and just like then walks away.
Yeah,
I was like, I love that. I'm like, that is the worst way possible to die. It's just like if I went up to you, I'm like, hey man, a long time, bam, bam, and I just walk.
yeah.
Like, you'll never see it coming.
To be fair, it is a very effective and efficient way to taking out targets. Like, no scene, just hi, what's up, bang.
No, what hits harder in those scenes is that it's not the uncalled for, shots or like the unexpected shooting. It's the fact that he had relationship with these people. He pretty much knew them for years and years and worked with them for years and years. And that is the easiest way to kill somebody is that you could actually just walk up to them. They won't sense any danger because they trust you, and then you just shoot them.
Yeah,
Yeah, Robert De Niro's character here is not a good person.
yeah.
As much as
To
I
be
want
fair-
to root for him.
To be fair, none of these people are. Maybe the best
No.
person in this movie is maybe Robert Kennedy, and that's about it.
I mean, I don't know if I could say this in the video, but Al Pacino likes to say cocksucker a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, I do like De Niro's character. Even though he's a cool hard character, it's a very interesting character study of Frank Sheeran. It's like, what makes this
I
guy?
don't think
tick?
I don't think he's cold-hearted. I think he's just a man of focus.
Yeah, sure. Like Javier
And
Bardem
dedication.
in
Pure fucking will.
sure.
Sorry.
Sure, he's kind of John Wick, I guess. No, kind of like Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men, maybe.
Hmm. Still has a bit of a conscience. Just doesn't bring it to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. I want to know your thoughts on the CGI on Robert De Niro.
Oh my God.
Wait, how old is he supposed to be in that flashback?
In which flashback? I think he's like.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Wait, at the start of this movie, I'll tell you about a flashback within a flashback. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is how old people talk, to be honest.
Yeah. But
No, when he's young, when he first met Joe Pesci.
when we first meet Joe Pesci and him, I'm like, I kind of buy it. I just find it weird that Joe Pesci's like, "Hey kid, what's up?" I was like, "What the fuck?"
No, sweat it, kid. You don't owe me anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, kid, the man's like 40. The man looks 40. What is he? He's supposed to be like 35 or something in this age.
I
But
guess.
you already see arthritis like kicking in.
Yeah. Though I have to say the CGI as time goes on, it's like, I legit can't tell if that's old De Niro or that's still CGI De Niro.
No, it is old De Niro, but just with CGI on him
Somewhat less wrinkles. So it's like, oh, okay.
with darker hair color.
Yeah.
And same with Joe Pesci, but Joe Pesci just looks old, no matter what age.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
like this man has been 70 for all of his life.
um, Speaking of Joe Pesci, I think the most terrifying character of this movie is him, actually. Because you feel like he just has to give a command and he can kill you and your entire family and sleep well at night, you know? It's like,
I love that character though. I was about to. It's actually on my notes right now. Is I'm supposed to mention Joe Pesci, but I guess I could go there now. Yeah, there's a lot about Joe Pesci. He's actually my favorite character besides Frank. Sheeran is his name.
yeah.
Frank Sheeran. Yeah. I loved Russell in this movie. I always love that character who is not the main character, but he is that guy. If you have a problem, just talk to him. Like that's all you gotta do is just talk to him,
Yeah.
and then that problem goes away. But then again, he does have a motto of like, if you want this problem to go away, you gotta do it yourself, and then I will help. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and takes care of Frank really well, especially after that oopsie he did, where it's like accidentally blows up the
No,
washing
no, he
place.
almost
Almost,
accidentally blows it.
yeah,
Yeah, he put all the gasoline and the dynamite in there, but he didn't blow it up
yeah,
because they took it away from
yeah, and it was owned by Harvey Keitel's character, Angelo Bruno. He's like, do you know the guy who owns the place? Like, no, I do. You do? No, I do.
I do.
Yeah,
No, no, yeah, no.
and
I know a guy who's interested in that place. Who? I do. I'm like, ah, no. He was in Pulp Fiction, by the way, right?
yeah, he's the wolf. But
He's
yeah,
the wolf. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
yeah, if it weren't for Russell having Frank's back, he, Angelo would have killed Frank right then and there. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I do like the tidbits before we go on off. Like, they sometimes introduce the character, and then they say what happens to him, like after
Oh,
in real life.
yeah. You can tell that this is just not a good like profession to be in because like majority of these people are like shot 5 times in his kitchen, shot 3 times in his car.
One guy's like five shot 8 times in the head. Like Jesus Christ.
I'm
No,
like, why is that necessary? One is good enough.
no. Sometimes you gotta get so used to it. So when they're like, this guy was well liked by people, died of natural causes. Like,
I'm like, oh. You're like, oh.
it's like one in a million. It's like this guy ended up fine.
Yeah, being in the mobster profession, not a good profession.
Low chances of you dying of natural causes.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I think I could only count maybe 2 guys who died of natural causes in this movie. Uh, 3. There was the wife, but I will not get to that.
but
But
yeah,
I will say, yeah, you were gonna
no,
say.
you're gonna say something else. I forgot what I was supposed to say. Anyway,
Alright.
it's
I
fine.
do love the chemistry between Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro's character.
Yeah,
Because like you could tell this is a mentor, even though they look like they're the same age, and he calls him kid.
yeah.
You
I'll let
know
it
that
slide.
there's yeah, student to teacher kind of
Mhm.
deal. From student to teacher to best friends, and I liked going back to Joe Pesci. I liked his character more compared to
Franks,
no Al Pacino's character.
Hoffa.
Hoffa, yeah. Jimmy Hoffa. Because Jimmy Hoffa was too loud. He was too stubborn, too prideful. And while Joe Pesci's character knows when to shut up, knows when to back out of a fight, he assesses the situation and he's like, okay, we're gonna back off. But I will come back, but just not today. Well,
Yeah, that scene where Hoffa's screaming at Pesci during Frank's awarding, almost screaming at him, and then Russell's just like, mm-hmm. Well, the problem is you're not showing enough gratitude.
a lot of it, yeah, enough appreciation from it. You're
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could tell that Hoffa was like losing his control over the conversation,
yeah,
while Russell is controlling the conversation.
yeah.
Because for me, I like the scarier guy more. Like I got a bit annoyed by Jimmy Hoffa.
Speaking of Jimmy Hoffa, I do like the fact the selling point of this movie was De Niro, Pacino, and Pesci. It's like that's all that you need to know.
Yeah, like all 3 of them in
Yeah.
one movie. I'm like, it's a good movie.
We've seen Pacino in some really bad shit recently, like the Adam Sandler movie Jack and Jill. We're like, what the fuck are you doing here, man? And to see him
Sorry.
be in this show, it's like that's the Pacino everybody celebrates. Like, cause you hear
Mm.
some of my relatives talk about how good Pacino was back in the day, and this was years ago. And then they're like, he was so good. He was one of the greatest actors. And then another time, I was like, I just saw like Jack and Jill. I'm like, that guy.
You sure?
But when you see Godfather, you see like it's change in his acting. Because in Godfather, he's like restrained. He's cold. He's methodical. He's loud. He's very loud. And
I don't think he's restrained at all, man. What are you talking about?
we can talk about it when we get to that movie. But yeah, he is very loud, and I like Pacino when he's at his best. I think all these actors when they're at their
Mm.
best, and
Oh,
yeah, most of them have been in shit except for Pesci because he retired, and they convinced him to come back to movies with this one. But
I am happy he did because
yeah,
my God, he had a god performance in this one.
yeah.
Anyway, carry on with. Uh,
But yeah, we've seen De Niro and Pacino in some really shitty movies. But De Niro did the one with Dirty Grandpa, I think it was. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But then
uh,
this came out the same year as Joker, right? So it's like really two very good performances from him back to back. So it's like, my
yeah.
God, this is why people, well, our parents' generations was like, the top actors in the day. That's not action movies are De Niro and Pacino,
Mm.
and you can see why. And Pacino is like the guy who likes to be on top of the world, and like
Yes.
when it's in trouble, that's when he starts losing his shit. He's like uncomfortable almost.
Yeah. And I will say that like for Frank, was it?
Yeah.
I like his character a lot because he is not the mob boss. He is
Mhm.
not. He is not the big wig of this. Usually, mafia movies. Usually, the big actor is, you know, the guy who's head of the mob.
Mhm.
But here, nah. He is the guy who does the dirty job. He does all the odd jobs that you would expect a henchman would do, or like somebody underneath the. And I like that because you get to see when a boss says, "Do this dirty thing for me." We get to see the dirty thing. That came out wrong.
Or yeah,
Okay,
kill this guy.
if
Yes,
you
boss.
kill the guys, yes, boss. And then usually the next scene is the guy's dead, or we hear it in the newspaper. No, here we see it how it's done, and it's very methodical
Yeah.
too. Like he even like thinks of what bullet to use. If the bullet's too loud, it will capture. It would get the attention of the cops.
Mhm.
But if the bullet's too, quiet, nobody is gonna run away from it and not look at him,
True.
and will look at him. And I'm like, that's actually pretty sick to see, and seeing him being a bodyguard to these
Yeah.
bigwigs, it is an actual fascinating side of the mob to see.
Yeah, I do like that scene when he kills Crazy Joe, because like
I
before
was gonna get to that.
the scene before that, he's like taps on Russell's shirt. You're like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You can't touch a boss like that, you know?
Oh yeah, I was like, oh no,
Yeah, and
don't let him do that to you.
and the way he talks to Frank, he's like, we're brothers, right? Get the fuck
We're
out
brothers.
of here.
We're brothers. Get the fuck out of here.
And then they both sit down. They have a look like, it's like, oh shit, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, and you gotta love how there is actual a thought process to killing a person.
Mhm.
It's like, do you do it in front of their family or not in front of their family? Do you have remorse for their family or none at all?
Yeah,
And here there was no remorse at all because it was complete disrespect.
yeah.
So he got shot in front of his family.
You
And I
know,
will say that is
that-
the most John Wick I've ever seen De Niro.
De Niro, and- that place is still open. It's a major tourism site nowadays. It's like, if you know your mob history, it's still running. But
like,
yeah,
like we go to where was it? Chicago, New York?
I forgot. But like
I-
one of the cities.
Yeah. And we just stand there like Robert De Niro was right here.
um, oh man, it's like the Joker staircase. It's like I want to go there one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like how you see how the world was with Jimmy's world, like how unions. It's kind of like today that big business is bad, like how we view big business, like how dare they, the corporations are taking over the world. It's like apparently years ago it's kind of the same thing. It's like big business and the government are trying to take on the unions, and Hoff was the guy saying no, and the government, including the Kennedys, were like, we have to get this guy, take this guy out.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
I do like that political side.
yeah, the fact that the mob had a hand in electing JFK, and when the time came, they were like, "Hey, forget us. It's like, and then it's like, why is your
Right.
brother going after us though?
Hey, I like it that Russell was a JFK supporter. Like,
Yeah,
yay!
and Hoffa was
But
distinctly against it. It's like, no.
he was more of Nixon.
Yeah, he paid
Yeah.
he had $1 million for Nixon campaign. It's like, ah, fuck, he lost.
Oof. Oof.
Hmm.
And he got found out, right, for fraud.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And he obviously didn't give two rats ass about JFK because when the time came when he was assassinated, he just proceeded to eat his ice cream. He's like, thank God.
Oh yeah, like Robert De Niro and every other character was just like devastated.
Yeah,
Well, Hoffa was just like problem solved. He just keeps eating his ice cream.
yeah.
Cocksucker. Sorry.
It's a fascinating world that you get to see. Like, cause obviously this world doesn't exist anymore. You know,
Hmm.
a world on America at least. Oh, we're Filipinos, but in America where the mob plays a big part in it.
Oh yeah, this is a love letter to that era
Yeah,
from Scorsese. Of
yeah,
course, he's not condoning it. Don't go against him.
yeah.
He's just showing us this side of
History.
uh, history. And I will say that we get to see this like not really dinosaurs, but like you see Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci and the rest of the gang fading away with the era.
Yeah,
Like you could tell they didn't pass this down to their kids. You could tell that they're like, this dies with us kind of deal. Oh, there are still mobsters, there are still gangsters, and there are still like loan sharks and shit like that. But like that good old days where you pack like a little revolver in your pocket and you just I love seeing that shit.
if
And I will, yeah.
no, finish your sentence. Cause
No, this is completely off topic.
all
I'm
right.
making fun of Robert De Niro here.
Anyway, if anything to take, if there's just anything to take away from this movie is that no matter where you are in life or what you accomplish in life, you basically end up the same way that these guys do. You know, old
uh,
in a wheelchair
okay,
probably.
okay. I disagree with that. I disagree. Yeah, okay, yeah. Age still gets to you,
Yeah,
but like it is not as sad as how Robert De Niro got it though. Like it depends on your profession, and it depends if you tell your family or not.
um, yeah.
That if you're gonna be alone on your deathbed and you have to buy your own fucking coffin and a space to be in,
Oh Jesus.
to be buried in.
Speaking of that, the the sequence I find really suspenseful is, you know, the
Oh, the Jimmy Hoffa assassination.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, actually, I was getting to that, dude. I swear to God, I was
Um,
also at the edge of my seat. I was actually, I didn't notice. I thought Russell sent De Niro away so he doesn't stop it.
mhm.
But no, he sent De Niro to Chicago to do it. Okay, I like you, Russell, but no.
Speaking of that scene alone, it's like throughout when they're in the hotel and it's the next morning too. It's like you can tell how desperately Frank just wants to be Ayoko, but he can't. He can't.
I don't want it. I don't want to do it.
He can't be like, no, go fuck yourself. Otherwise, because he owes everything to Russell essentially. Because
Yeah.
and they kind of show it too. Because during his awarding, he gives him this ring. It's like only a couple of people have this, and one of them is
Three
Irish.
people only have it.
And one of them is
Yeah.
you. See how powerful I made you. No one can fuck with you. And now
Exactly.
you're in this spot where like, fuck, I really like Hoffa. We become friends.
Yeah. But I
And
mean, he has become of a trouble though. Like you
yeah,
can tell he's a loudmouth, and he could get a lot of people in trouble if he keeps talking. So that's why Joe Pesci's like, "You're gonna die if you keep hanging out with him."
yeah. And also he tells Frank's like, hey, dude, it is what it is.
It is what it
He
is.
tells Pacino that, and he's like, they wouldn't. Nah.
Nah,
Before we go
oh,
on with the whole
I hate
sequence,
that. Hmm.
before we go on the sequence, there's another actor that I really liked. That's the actor for Tony Pro by Stephen Graham,
Mm.
because I thought he was great in the movie too.
Same here. He was a little shit.
He was,
Like you could tell that he's like a little prick at the
Yeah.
side of Jimmy Hoffa. I'm like,
yeah,
I love him for it, man. Like the fact that you got Al Pacino to launch off his chair to choke you out says a lot. And at his age, I don't know. Like, that was a stunt double for sure.
fucking bothers when after I stuffed your fucking granddaughter in the trash. I was like, Jesus Christ,
Oh
boy.
my god.
And the first thing alone was like, hey, can you do something about my money when they're in jail? And Hoffa just enjoying his Sunday. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, you dug your own hole. What the fuck do you want me to do?
I do like. I do like Jimmy Hoffa's character though. It's just, I mean, like I love to hate him,
Yeah,
in my opinion. I love how Al Pacino played him. You could tell that his character was, if I speak the loudest, I'm correct, kind
yeah,
of guy. Yeah. So I'm like, I hate this kind of guy, but he plays it so well.
he does.
Yeah.
But
Oh god.
going back to his assassination scene, that is suspenseful. Like you said, you're kind of like, I haven't read enough history to know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah. And for me, God, what was devastating there is that they have a hug, like in
Yeah.
the car, right? I'm like, y'all know where this is going. It ain't gonna go well. And then as they go into the house and
His
it's
poor,
empty,
poor
and he's like,
son, dude, driving his own dad to his own
and
dad.
he does.
doesn't even know.
The fact that after that, he was clueless. Like, I wonder what happened to Dad. I didn't even pick him up to put him in, to bring him back to his car. He just went along with life. He didn't get killed like as a loose end. Nah.
Yeah.
He was like, he's too stupid to realize.
But yeah, the house is empty. You're like, oh fuck, here it comes.
Oh no, the thing is that Jimmy Hoffa was like, oh, this is bad news. He's like, let's leave. As he goes, Robert De Niro's just like, tap, tap. I'm like, oh.
Oh Jesus, why?
Yeah. And I was like, ah. And I want to talk about, that part's not as devastating as this part. Is that when Frank gets back home, still in shock of what he did, and it's on the news, and it's very much reminding him. And then his family's like asking, why aren't you calling his wife?
Yeah,
Call Joe. And then they have the conversation. Seeing Robert De Niro hold back tears hurts
Yeah.
me. It's like seeing a dad cry. And
yeah,
it hurts. I'm like, oh no.
yeah. He's just yelling, yes, I'll call you tomorrow. And then the wife
Yeah,
is.
he's like, I promise.
Joe's losing it, and he's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
No, it's not that, man. It's like, I'm pretty sure he wanted to say a lot of shit.
hmm
It's just like he couldn't.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I
Yeah.
know what to say, but there's nothing else I can say.
I can't. And dude, the fact that it's like, oh, I promise. Then he would pause, and then it's like him trying to hold back tears, and he has his eyes closed. I was like, Robert De Niro. I was like, damn.
Another
That was really good.
devastating actress in this movie is Rogue, Anna Paquin, because without saying a lot of words, her acting is like, oh my god, it hurts.
Dude, the key filming, the key moments, I mean,
Yeah,
were really good. Like, as a kid, she sees, the stuff that her dad does. She just stares,
hmm
just like any other kid. Of course, if she said anything, she'll be scared of her dad.
yeah,
As they already explained, that they can't go to their dad because if the dad finds out if there's anything wrong with them, he will try to fix it, but in his way.
yeah. Like with the poor
Yeah.
store owner, it's like, that's not how you do it. Oh, okay.
Speaking of that scene, there's the part where I wanted to make fun of Robert De Niro because this shit was the most funniest scene I've ever seen because you just see this old man grabbing this dude maybe 20 years younger than him. Toss it to the street. I'm like, nah, he ain't overpowering you, but.
Do you like how the
doing
first?
the old man kick?
Do you like how the first kick doesn't even register on the guy?
No. Dude, okay, remember when he had his foot on the guy's hand?
Yeah.
And then he stomps with the wrong foot? It was like, this shit's so funny.
uh,
And it's supposed to be like a deep message to the daughter too.
yeah,
So I was like, this kind of took me out of it, but it's so funny that I kind of like it.
yeah. Oh man, it's like when he's in Germany, or in Italy. I'm like, did you enlist when you were 50 and in your 40s, sir?
Everybody was like in their like mid 50s for like 40 years.
Like, I would like to sign up for the army, sir. Are you sure?
Like, hell, you ain't.
It's like, I think
Like,
you're.
hell, you are.
It's kind of too early for that, sir. I do
Yeah.
like this. Going back a bit, like going for the World War II scene. It's like shows you how kind of fucked up World War II was too. It's like your officer just says, "Hey, take these prisoners to the back. Hurry up, though." It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's actually,
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, we forget this whole history is not fun for the most part.
It's right. Yeah, man. It also depends on your profession.
Yeah,
Again, if you're a mobster or you're in the life of crime, it's good. It's good for a little bit. In the long run, it's not worth it.
yeah. One that scene in the prison where you see old Pesci, I had to Google like how does Pesci look now? Like, oh thank God,
Is he
looking-
okay?
Like, oh thank God, he's fine.
He still looks 70.
Man, but yeah, that's
But like, yeah, when seeing Pesci in the prison scene, I was like, it kind of broke my heart.
yeah,
Seeing just an old person in the wheelchair who you've seen and looked up to for a long time, and they're in a wheelchair, can't move much, shakes and can't chew their own food. I'm like, I want to take care of this little mobster. Don't worry, I'm not a funny guy. You know what
uh,
I mean?
but I do like the scene. It's like, Jimmy was a good guy, right? It's a shame we had to go down that road. I chose us.
But fuck
though.
him.
Fuck him. It's like,
fuck him.
okay. No,
No,
guess
but
them.
you can tell where Russell's loyalty resides. Like for me, Jimmy Hoffa can talk his way to anything. He's more of a talker,
Mhm.
while Russell was more of a man of action. You could tell that. I could say that the real friend here was more of Russell. Russell would have been if I were to choose which one I would have as a best friend. It would be you, of course, Enzo.
Oh wow, sure. Thank you, thank you.
But for me, it would be Russell. Like for me, he was there when it counts. Kind of deal.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Those are my thoughts on.
Do you
that.
notice they edited some scenes out?
Really no.
Yeah, like when they're talking about him, it's like, don't worry, JFK's father will fix this, and he's like, the original scene, as I remember, it's like, it's okay, he's a bit sick. It's like, he's sick. He had a stroke. That's not a bit sick. You're close to the grave. That's what it is. And now it's like you're close to the, and then it cuts. You're like, oh, okay. I remember him saying,
No, it was there. It was there.
it wasn't.
I
it-
watched this morning. I
Really?
watched this morning. It was there.
Did I get the different
If you had a
version?
stroke, you're closer to the grave.
I must have got it. Oh, here's a fun fact.
I think
Russell's
the internet just lagged.
True. Russell's cousin, the lawyer,
Hmm.
he was in Ice Age. He's the mammoth.
He's the mammoth. I know. He's Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond,
So
especially
kind of-
his brother.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah,
his
this
brother is the guy you meet at the start who's cutting up steak.
yeah. For fuck, I forgot the actor's name, but I really like him.
Yeah. So,
Frank's first was, but anyway, yeah. Ray, it just blows my mind watching Ray Romano, and this I was like, you were the mammoth for the longest time as a kid, and now you're her.
and now you're a corrupt lawyer.
Yeah.
That.
I think we've said all that we wanted to say, unless you have some more
Yeah.
thoughts.
Any more thoughts? I don't know, man. Yeah, I do have a little bit more thoughts. Is that the end, man?
The
The fact
end.
that
It's
dude,
sad.
this was slow,
Hmm.
and I loved it, but also was just dying on the inside. Because I was like putting myself in his shoes. Like, what if I'm old? What if if I made my daughter hate me so much? At first time watching this, I was mad at the daughter. I was like, why don't you see that your daddy loved you? Oh, that's why.
And she's
Yeah, after
bonded
rewatching, I was
with,
like, okay, there we go.
and it's
Her
implied
favorite
that,
uncle.
yeah, yeah. So, and she
Yeah.
kind of knows, because she's like, why don't you call Joe? Why don't you call Joe?
Why don't you call Joe?
And he doesn't even reply. He's like, I'm gonna call Joe. And she's like, uh-huh.
Because, like, bit by bit, you can tell that she knows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she does know. And the fact that seeing Robert De Niro going through old age, can't walk properly, and going to the bank just to see her, I was like,
Yeah.
oh no.
No.
And then she walks away, I was like, ah!
For me, another scene that hurt was like when he's coming from the restroom and he just falls. Like, is he dead?
Just falls over.
It's like,
No.
did he just
The one
die?
The one that hurts me the most is the guy is like, so what you looking for? Man or woman? For me.
Oh.
And I'm like, knowing this, the guy is buying his own coffin. Nobody does that. You see, it's usually your family member doing that for you.
Yeah.
Knowing that he's the one who went there to just choose where he's gonna die in. Like,
Yeah, even the guy's like, oh, okay.
oh fuck! I'm so sorry.
I'm surprised his health care worker isn't like, oh my god, poor guy.
Nah, I think he's been through a lot of shit already.
Uh,
The guy looks stone cold.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that the FBI is like, come on, Frank, just tell us. You're all
Yeah,
dead.
man. The ghost mobs will get me.
He's like, I like how he's like, just tell us, Frank. I have to call my lawyer. He's dead. Who got him? It's like cancer. Cancer got him.
uh, uh, no, I don't know. That's also kind of a sad scene. It kind of reminds me of that scene in Black Flag,
Hmm.
or the end.
Oh,
where
oh,
you
oh,
see
okay.
the entire table filled with like his old friends,
Mhm.
but you're the only one left.
Hmm.
It reminds me of that scene. Like his friends in prison, it's all gone now.
I like how
And then he just
I was gonna say, I like how the closing is the exact opposite of the opening, where the opening is kind of loud, and here it's just quiet. It's like, oh,
yeah, it was just very quiet.
yeah.
And like that just hurts. He asked, "Oh, it's Christmas? Yeah, in a few days." Like shit.
Like, oh.
Oh, oh.
You're looking through
Nobody's
his
gonna
old,
visit him.
looking at his old photos, like, my best friend, who I
My
killed.
best friend dead. But yeah, and I will say the score of this fucking movie is amazing,
Yeah.
dude. If anybody who's gonna try this out and is gonna watch this, stay for the end credits because the music for that kind of fits the tone of this entire movie. It's like very hurtful blues.
Yeah.
It's like a guitar solo the entire way, and I love that shit.
Yeah.
Like I legitimately stayed. I'm supposed to be in this review, but I stayed. I'm like, don't tear him, don't tear him, don't tear him. Yeah, but yeah. So we pretty much got to the end of the video. And what are you? Let's get to the verdict. So what would you give it?
I would give this an 8 out of 10. There's a lot of scenes that I like, but at the same time, I have to peg it for like the CGI. It's like, and some of the action moments, like De Niro kicking the store owner. It's like, that doesn't look authentic at all. And it's like this.
Yeah.
Sometimes the CGI was great. Sometimes I'm like, I can't tell. I don't know what they're trying to do with this. But otherwise, the acting is great. The story is great. As you pointed out, the score is also really good. Yeah, this is a really good movie, and I like Martin Scorsese when he does mafia movies, gangster movies like this. It's like he didn't do this for a while, and it's like it's a return to form almost, and it's with some of the best actors ever of our time. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really good movie.
And for me, I'm giving it a 9. I'm sorry, but like this movie's too good for me. Like for me, it's really really good. Uh, cause it felt like a documentary, but in the point of view of a main character.
Mm-hmm.
Cause there are a lot of historical like figures here. There are a lot of historical events that happens here, but in the eyes of a criminal. And I love that shit. It is a really refreshing perspective on how Scorsese did this movie, because usually, oh, it's just gangsters doing bad things from here to there, and how do they get out of it? Now here, it is a gangster going through history as it goes on, and how it affects their lives,
Yeah.
knowing that it is such a high profile, not high profile, but like being in that profession. If anything happens to the big wigs above, it happens to them. And I like that. I like that perspective a lot. The score is amazing. I would say the scene with De Niro and the shopkeeper. Sure, as funny as it was, that's De Niro doing his own thing.
Yeah.
This guy's old, so I give him props for doing his own stunts,
Sir,
especially in that scene.
stunt action scene maybe.
Action scene. Hey, fuck it, dude. Him, doing akimbo, uh, dual pistols in
Yeah.
the restaurant. That shit was him. So I'm like, fuck, that's badass.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, kudos to you, Robert De Niro. Fucking shit, please make more amazing movies or retire. You've given us a lot of amazing movies. You deserve a break.
Yeah.
But is this Scorsese's last movie?
I certainly hope not, because
I hope not.
of there in the 70s, like a couple movie directors like really exploded. That was Lucas, Spielberg, Brian De Palma, Francis Ford Coppola, and Martin Scorsese. Among all of them, Scorsese for me is the only one that still does really good movies. Like
Yeah, like as he goes on, like there is no bad movie in his track record.
yeah, and that's
Yeah,
amazing to consider how long he's been going, and like there's no signs of him slowing down. So I hope he goes on for as long as he wants to.
yeah. Hey, if he's gonna keep going, I really hope to see more amazing movies. I don't care if it's a mafia, like sure, formula is already there. I don't care. I want to see more. But if this is his last movie, this is a good high note, in my opinion. Like this is a really really good movie. If you're a fan of Scorsese or mafia movies, or just you want to see like somewhat of a documentary, but in a perspective of a criminal, this is a really good one. But yeah, this would be the end of the video. And Enzo, where can they find us?
They can find us as usual on YouTube or Facebook.com/Geeks and Degenerates, and we also have a Discord community. Come hang out with us where we don't bite.
Oh yeah, we don't bite. Like come along, talk whatever you want to talk about. Yeah, just join us in our Discord community. It's in the links in the description below. You could find me at JohnGOM at Instagram. I like to do art, and yeah. So this is pretty much it. Thank you to all you geeks and degenerates out there. I will see you guys next time. Ciao.
Bye.